Did you know that the future of Israel is detailed in the Bible, and that these revelations can completely change your perspective on what's to come? Stay with us because today we're going to explore biblical prophecies that will leave you speechless. What exactly is in store for Israel? And how do these revelations impact our current world? Get ready to discover surprising secrets you may have never imagined. Don't miss out because what you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew about the future. To understand the future of Israel, we need to go back to ancient times, where prophets received visions describing shocking events that are yet to come. Prophecy of Isaiah. The prophet Isaiah, known for his deep and often mysterious visions, gives us a powerful vision of Israel's future. In Isaiah 11, verses 11 and 12, he prophesies, "In that day the Lord will reach out his hand a second time to reclaim the surviving remnant of his people from Assyria, from Lower Egypt, from Upper Egypt, from Cush, from Elam, from Babylonia, from Hamath, and from the islands of the Mediterranean. He will raise a banner for the nations and gather the exiles of Israel. He will assemble the scattered people of Judah from the four quarters of the earth." This prophecy speaks of a future time when God will gather the people of Israel from the four corners of the world. Just imagine, a people who have been dispersed for thousands of years, finally reunited. This vision of restoration is one of the most powerful promises of hope and renewal for Israel. Prophecy of Ezekiel. Ezekiel, another iconic prophet, also had visions outlining the future of Israel. In Ezekiel 37, verses 21 and 22, it is written, "Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says, I will take the Israelites out of the nations where they have gone. I will gather them from all around and bring them back into their own land. I will make them one nation in the land, on the mountains of Israel. There will be one king over all of them, and they will never again be two nations or be divided into two kingdoms." Ezekiel's vision complements Isaiah's, but adds a new element, the unification of Israel. Not only will the people be reunited, but there will also be a single government, a unified leadership, eliminating any division. Think about the impact this will have on a nation that has been divided and scattered for so long. This prophecy is not just a promise of physical return, but of political and spiritual unity. Prophecy of Jeremiah. Jeremiah, known as the weeping prophet, due to his profound sorrow for Israel's fate, also brought a message of hope for the future. In Jeremiah 30, verse 3, he states, "The days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will bring my people Israel and Judah back from captivity and restore them to the land I gave their ancestors to possess, says the Lord." Here Jeremiah reinforces the promise of restoration. God promises to bring his people back from captivity, a promise that deeply resonates with Israel's history. This restoration is not just a physical return to the ancestral land, but also a renewal of identity and purpose. Each prophecy adds a layer of depth and meaning to Israel's future, painting a picture of hope and renewal. These Old Testament prophecies offer a detailed and hopeful vision for Israel's future. They not only foresee the reunion and unification of the people of Israel, but also lay a solid foundation for understanding the divine plan that is unfolding. God's faithfulness to his promises is clearly demonstrated through these prophetic visions, reminding us that despite the challenges, Israel's future is secure in the Lord's hands. The New Testament not only confirms the Old Testament prophecies, but also provides new insights into Israel's destiny. Let's explore how the revelations of Jesus, Paul, and the book of Revelation give us an even clearer picture of Israel's future. Words of Jesus. During his ministry on earth, Jesus made numerous references to the future of Israel. In Matthew 24, 32, 34, he uses the parable of the fig tree to teach about the signs of the times. Now learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see all these things, you know that it is near, right at the door. Truly I tell you, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. In this passage, Jesus compares the budding of the fig tree to the rebirth of Israel. Just as the fig tree's new growth signals the arrival of summer, the rebirth of Israel as a nation is a clear sign that we are approaching significant prophetic events. This is a powerful reminder that God is fulfilling his promises, and that Israel's future is a marker on God's timeline. Paul's revelations. The Apostle Paul in his letters addresses the mystery of God's plan for Israel. In Romans 11:25-26, he reveals, "I do not want you to be ignorant of this mystery, brothers and sisters, so that you may not be conceited. Israel has experienced a hardening in part, until the full number of the Gentiles has come in. And in this way, all Israel will be saved, as it is written, 'The deliverer will come from Zion. He will turn godlessness away from Jacob.'" Paul explains that Israel has undergone a temporary hardening, but this state is not permanent. When the full number of Gentiles comes in, all of Israel will be saved. This passage highlights God's inclusive plan, where salvation is offered to both Gentiles and Jews. Paul's prophecy gives us a vision of a future where Israel will experience a great spiritual revival and recognize Jesus as the Messiah. Prophecies in Revelation. The book of Revelation, written by John, contains profound visions about the final events of human history. In Revelation 7:4-8, John describes the vision of the 144,000 sealed from all the tribes of Israel. "Then I heard the number of those who were sealed, 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel." This passage reveals that during the final events, 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel will be sealed, indicating a significant role for Israel in the end times. These sealed individuals are protected and set apart for a special purpose, symbolizing God's faithfulness in preserving a remnant of his chosen people. This vision reinforces the ongoing importance of Israel in the divine plan and reminds us that God still has grand plans for this nation. The revelations in the New Testament not only confirm the ancient prophecies, but also expand our understanding of Israel's future. The words of Jesus, the revelations of Paul, and the visions of John in Revelation provide us with a rich and detailed view of what is to come. Israel is not just a part of biblical history, but also a key to understanding future events. As we delve into these revelations, we are reminded of God's faithfulness and the importance of being attentive to the signs of the times. Biblical prophecies about Israel's future are not only fascinating, but also have profound spiritual and practical implications for all of us. Let's reflect on what these revelations mean for our faith and how we should respond to them. Spiritual restoration. The future of Israel, as revealed in the Bible, is not just about physical and political restoration, but also about deep spiritual renewal. God promises not only to gather the people of Israel, but also to renew their hearts and spirits. In Ezekiel 36:26-27, God says, "I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh, and I will put my spirit in you and move you to follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws." This spiritual transformation is a powerful reminder that God is working to bring about a spiritual rebirth for his people. The restoration of Israel serves as a symbol of God's promise of transformation and spiritual renewal for all believers. It calls us to reflect on our own spiritual journey and to seek renewal in our lives. Prophetic importance. Understanding the prophecies about Israel helps us comprehend God's prophetic timeline. The promises of Israel's restoration and redemption are significant milestones in the divine plan, as Jesus mentioned in Matthew 24:32-34. The signs of Israel's rebirth are indicators that we are approaching significant prophetic events. Each fulfillment of prophecy brings us closer to the final fulfillment of the divine plan. This helps us maintain an eternal perspective, reminding us that we are living in a period of time carefully orchestrated by God. Being aware of biblical prophecies helps us live with a sense of urgency and purpose, knowing that God is actively fulfilling his promises. Call to vigilance. As believers, we are called to be vigilant and prepared. The revelations about Israel serve as a reminder to strengthen our faith and keep our eyes fixed on God's promises. In Mark 13:35-37, Jesus warns us, "Therefore keep watch, because you do not know when the owner of the house will come back, whether in the evening or at midnight, or when the rooster crows or at dawn. If he comes suddenly, do not let him find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to everyone, watch." This vigilance is not just passive waiting, but an active state of readiness. We must be attentive to the signs of the times, live holy and dedicated lives, and always be prepared for the Lord's coming. The prophecies about Israel's future encourage us to live with expectation and diligence, trusting that God is in control of all history. The future of Israel, as revealed in the Bible, is a powerful testimony to God's faithfulness to His promises. As we see these prophecies unfold, we are called to renew our faith and hope in the divine plan. Israel is not just a distant country with an ancient history, it is a central piece in God's great prophetic puzzle. Stay tuned, for Israel's story is far from over, and we are witnesses to this grand conclusion. If you found these revelations about Israel's future intriguing and enlightening, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more content on biblical historical facts. And don't stop here. Have you ever wondered how a perfect angel turned into God's greatest enemy? Discover the complete story of Lucifer and his fall in our next video. From perfect angel to evil, the story of Satan in the Bible. Don't miss it. You will be surprised by what you will learn.